I got a box. It's from Canada. Louder collab mini keyboard. I'm pretty stoked about it. So I'm gonna open it up, check it out, see if it actually makes me a lot more productive. So we'll see how that goes. Cool. Got the Work Louder logo. It's Figma logo, and it's got like a picture of it fully assembled. There it is, all the way around. Wow, guys, this thing is pretty sweet. Indentation, so kind of thud as you go through. And it's very matte, and then you see the Figma logo, as you can see. Big little shortcuts. That's the product name. And then it has a quick start guide, so you can basically scan that QR code. So I've been playing around with these keycaps, looking at potential combinations, things that jump out like comment, Boolean, vector lines, make a component. But a lot of those things I don't use all of the time. Let's get this set up. So you're going to go to worklouder.cc and then just click on setup and you'll come to this page. Next, we're going to click open via, which is their web app. We're going to authorize the device, micropad, connect, and then we can start setting up keys. So they have basic and special, which are the ones that I used most often. Basic are easy for, say you're going to set R for rectangle or T for type. You can literally just tap the key, and then it's not set up like a QWERTY, but you can just select the key that you want to assign, and that's pretty straightforward. If you have more advanced keycaps that you want to set up, like for example, copy and paste is Command C, Command V. You can go ahead and scroll down here. There's a little bit of a map. So Command is the G character, Control is C, Shift is S, Option is A. I would ignore this schema that they have up top here. It's not really helpful because even if you put it in that way, once you save it, you will see that when you go to select a key, it actually converts it from that double syntax over to L. So we have C and A, which if we go back to the map here, we'll see is Control, Option. So just use the L in front of it if you're going to have multiple character configurations. And then inside we have C for character and K for keyboard. So keyboard, character, underscore, and then whatever the character it is. So that's how you set up things that are more advanced. On some of these scroller controls, you'll have forward, backward, and tapping. So you can tap on the ones on the left and right. So you have kind of three different individual controls you can set up. You can adjust the lighting. If you go here to lighting, you can set the underglow, you can set the backlight on the key characters. They have a lot of really interesting effects, and you can adjust the color and the speed, brightness. And then when you're done, you can go to load, and you can either save your configuration once you're happy, or if something gets a little too messed up, you can go up here and go map your shortcuts and setup, and you'll see that you have like UI UX designer for Mac, modeler, video editor. So it has some presets that you can start from, which is helpful if you get a little lost or if you just kind of don't want to invest the time to set up all of these on your own. You can switch out the keycaps. They're pretty easy. You just pop them right off. Thoughts on improvement for the UX. You do have to make sure that you're on the right layers panel. Once I was configuring one, but I had it on my physical device set to 1 and I was adjusting 0, and I was trying to test it out in Figma, and it was really frustrating because it wasn't working. So I think in the software, they should make this sync. If you're on 1, it should select it on the hardware. If you're on the hardware on 1, it should select it in the software. The other ideas for improvement, making the USB-C come with its own cable would be helpful, or if it had an internal battery, I could take this like to a coffee shop a little bit easier and just be kind of wireless as I am with my keyboard and mouse traditionally. Also thoughts if it was possible to add another row and then just eliminate the pages. If you have physical keycaps that have a fixed icon on them, that would be great. Because for me, the secondary pages are really not that helpful once I add custom keycaps to them. And I think that kind of curating and making a more simple one, and then having a more pro model where you had digital display keycaps would be really great, like you have with some of the streaming tools, and being able to kind of set an icon and a glyph in a custom way. So when I switch to another page on the pad, it actually changes the icons. That would be great as far as usability. And then I think, kind of curating and combining the instructions on how you set these more advanced multi-key shortcuts could be really helpful. It's a little confusing when things switch to L instead of having the double schema setup. I think that's about it. It's made really solid. I'm really excited for Figma to keep doing these collabs. I'm a fan of Work Louder now, and I think they're doing really amazing things along with other companies like Teenage Engineering. So I'm glad this company exists in the world. I will be checking out the Nomad keyboard, which looks really interesting. So check out worklouder.cc, and thanks so much to Figma for offering this as a collab and kind of taking a risk on the hardware front. I think it's super cool that this happens, and I'd love to see more. Thanks all. Bye. This is a demo of the controls. So I have the zoom in, zoom out scroller wheel, and then I can always just tap it to reset to 100. Page up, page down, which I'm able to switch between the Figma pages with that. Next one, I have undo, so I can go back and adjust, or I can go back forward, kind of like a time travel feature. An escape, so if I have something selected, I can just hit the escape key with T selected. The rectangle tool, that's the next one, delete that. Text tool, great, that works. And then I have the comment, jump in here, leave a comment. Hello. Line horizontal, vertical center, distribute vertical search, and I have copy and paste, as you can see here. I do think it makes me much faster for the basics. Is it convenient enough that I'll switch from using the keyboard shortcuts that I'm more used to, like copy and paste and things like that? In some cases I will, but time will tell how convenient it is and how much I actually use it in my daily workflow.